Okay, we are kinda live. We're gonna do a seal pull. This one, give me a second to give me a few minutes to share this with a few other groups. Actually, nice to. I'm still yet to check out draft and whatnot. I still have to figure out. I'm still have to figure out from pretty much from other people playing which which ones are which archetypes are good, which ones are not. But we are starting off with sealed, so we don't exactly have to worry about that right away. We can just we're probably more worried about what we're actually gonna get. As usual, we are only gonna be doing sealed just once we there's really no good reason to do sealed more than once unless you're trying to like turbo out the pool, but you're much better off doing draft over time. Doing draft normal gameplay there then just using wildcards as needed when you get there. But there you go. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Magic Arena Run. Today we are going to be doing sealed pool of Edge of Eternities. This is gonna be our welcome to the set, and we're gonna see what we get. My first impressions, mostly from jump-ins and whatnot, is stations kind of feels very slow. So the ones that where you tap stuff. Okay, so we got 2 terminal velocity, so we do have a bit of an we can do not quite aggro, but it does taking us to stations. We have an anti-causal vestige, which, hey, at the very least, it's a freebie. It's a 6 mana 7/5, and you get to put a permanent from hand onto battlefield. Tapped, but still fine. Space-time anomaly, kind of doable if we go control. Possibility technician, whenever this or another. So it's pretty much card advantage on a relatively decent sized creature. Speaking of which, Sunstar Captain is also quite there as well. You have an Eternity Elevator, which we're probably not playing. There is a Weft Walking, which is actually quite decent. So it is a very good way to recharge. And we do have 2 board wipes per se with terminal velocity. If we So that said, yes, as far as lands go, we have 2 command bridges and a Sacred Foundry, so I am already incentivized to go red-white. As far as other creatures, Ultros Exile, so we have to do an artifact check. Biomechan Engineer, so that one's a bit of a check there. Nutrient Block, there are some effects that really want this one. Got an All Fate Scroll, so unfortunately we have a Command Bridge and a Sacred Foundry, so if we were to save run Plains and Mountain, if just going 2 colors, we can run this one. The biggest discount we'll get is 4, so it'll cost 3, and we will draw 4 cards if we get this one. So this is kind of reasonable. More likely, if we were to run a 3-color deck at least, because blue is starting to look interesting, we could probably run that as well. So, but there is a Pinnacle Kill Ship, which is it's removal. It's super expensive. Might still happen, but definitely the Vestige is gonna go in there. There is an incentive to run really decent sized creatures as well. So we're gonna be looking for those. We'll start with red. So we're also looking for removal, so Bombard is a good one, Plasma Bolt is a good one. Rig for War is an interesting trick. But surprisingly, not that many creatures here. Like, we can put artifacts instead. So like, I could drop the Pinnacle Kill Ship, that's a 7. Eternity Elevator is a 5, but we're honestly going to try not to play this one. And let's see, a full bore. Okay, so sacrifice another artifact. There are not that many for us here. we do have a two or more tapped creatures thing, but no vehicles in red. Now, we do have mana value 2 or less from your graveyard for instant sorcery, so the actuator is quite good. Unfortunately, that's just Plasma Bolt and Full Bore. Well, Rig of War, Rig for War also, which we might have to play. Terrapact Intimidator is quite decent here. So, and we can actually get the Roving Actuator from the Anti-Causal Vestige, so that is a chain of card advantage. Now reroute systems. This does deal damage, so that's just a trick we can use. We have one vehicle in Rescue Skiff, which is a good way to get back Banishing Light. It's creature or enchantment, so Banishing Light, a bunch of these creatures that generate more creatures. So I am liking white at the very least. Not so sure about the red here. So then we are doing... Okay, let's take a quick look at blue. There's the Weft Walking, which is a good way to refill our hand. A bunch of expensive cards. Cryo Shatter is a cheap removal spell. Mechan Shieldmate. Not that many artifacts per se. There's the Self-Craft Mechan. When it enters, you may sacrifice an artifact. Unfortunately, there are not that many trinket artifacts, so if we're using this one, we're sacrificing real artifacts here. Yeah, like we don't exactly have many landers. This will probably bleed into green if we do this one. And also, our removal is just literally these two. Though Gigastorm Titan would be a nice drop if we can afford it. Black. Let's see what we have here. Blade of the Swarm. Well, this one's an interesting way to snipe Void. Otherwise, as far as removal goes, the best card is Virus Beetle, and it's not saying a lot. Yeah, our black is really bad. So we can ignore black here. Green, if we're gonna make use of this, we're kind of looking for decent sized creatures. Siege Ship, Agrarian. This does generate landers, so green-blue is a possibility. We actually have quite a lot of artifacts here. Pollinator. And this is tapped and untapped, so Miltstrider's gear is actually quite playable, if only to work with Gene Pollinator. Got some Fungal Colossi, though this does not combo with Anti-Causal Vestige. There's a Pull Through the Weft, return, so this returns a lot of cards. There's one removal spell in Close Encounter. And Skystinger is still fine. So I'm actually looking at red, white, green here if we go triple color. Let's see if we can make it work with dual color first. We'll start with white, so because definitely want the Exosuit Savior, Flight Tech Coordinator. Definitely want both Knight Luminaries and the Honored Knight Captain. We probably want to be on the lookout for an equipment, so Auxiliary Boosters is a good one for that. Bright Spear Zealot's probably not gonna fit in here. Dock Worker Drone. We have to do a sanity check on +1/+1, but we are running the Rescue Skiff. Lightblade is fine, but it's not super great. Then there's a reroute systems. I will consider running a certain number of copies of this. But now let's take a look at red. Yeah, because we probably are. Hey Jericho Lagan, how are you doing? I'm sorry for not being here for quite some time. But it's nice to see you again. So how are you doing? How are you enjoying the Edge of Eternity? So, okay, my issue with the ones that are tapped, like say the Sunstar Chaplain is fine because it's pretty much we really need the rescue skiff and one. We're probably only going to be running 2 vehicles here. I might also just only run one of the 2 terminal velocities. Miss you on FB. Yeah, so story time is I was out in so during the typhoon I was actually out in Tagaytay. So yeah, we pretty much had the retreat there. It was fun despite 3 days of not almost nonstop rain. I think we only saw the sun for like 1 hour out of those 3 days. But for so there was that. Then the other one, I was just really tired for the rest of the weeks. But so that's why super delayed, but not quite denied. We're just making up for lost time. I guess I could run one scrapper here, because I can run one scrapper because the intimidator gives us some artifacts. The actuator kind of is an artifact. If that creature's cast for its warp cost, we can surprise people with full bore here. I want to run at least one terminal velocity. I don't want to run both. But it does mean I probably want... Oh yeah, we also want to run some command bridges as well. So... Whenever this creature becomes tapped, you gain 1 life. 2 mana, 2/1's fine. I want to run at least one All Fate Scroll. Our removal suite is... Haven't played pre-release, but Buddy and myself got PR packs. He got Steering Wildwood. Okay, that's pretty good. The man lands are always good. Well, Celestial Colony and Creeping Tar Pit are the best of those, but can't complain about any of them for the most part. They're all relatively desirable. Guess I do run the Kill Ship. I might run... I probably run one reroute systems at least, just to... Then we'll do do a sanity check. 10-10. I don't like the split. Maybe we don't. I kind of want to reduce the amount of white here, just to make it closer to red. But I guess we're gonna kind of go even. The command bridges should kind of help at least. The one interesting thing is I could actually go down 1 white here, because everything I have is single white, so that's pretty much my only saving grace here. And we do have 3 sources to kind of go all the way. Well, but now we have to do a removal sanity check. 1 Plasma Bolt, 1 Banishing Light, 1 Bombard, so that's 3. The Roving Actuator can get the Plasma Bolt back. We actually want some of the Void cards because it does strengthen the Plasma Bolt. You have a Kill Ship, but that's super expensive. So realistically, only 4 pieces, so I might actually want that. I might actually want this reroute systems after all. It's at least it's at least flexible. I really don't like this even split here. I'll test this out as it is. We'll see how it plays out. I'm most likely gonna make adjustments afterward. The bonus sheets are not guaranteed. Oh yeah, bonus sheets from what I hear is kind of like 1 in 4 or 1 in 8. So they're a bit more the land sheet is a bit more prevalent, but it's still not a super guarantee. And also the bonus sheets are like, it's all land, so that would have been really nice. So actually want to mulligan this because we have no action at all. Okay, this one I am willing to keep. We kind of need to hit red soon. But at least we can start off with a Night Luminary and we can bin the terminal velocity. I might actually regret that one because I actually have no idea how fast or how slow it is. So If our opponent decides to give us 2 landers, I'm pretty fine with it. Zookeeper McCann. Let's see. So what I could do with this one for now is, yeah, basically the slag drill can start drawing cards with this. So depending on how our opponent does things, I can Banishing Light whatever they drop next. Get ourselves a 3/4, which is a decent start. Opponent running the Naya plan. I should actually start considering that, but I don't think messing up our mana anywhere is going to help us here. So most likely, if we don't draw a land, our next play is most likely going to be Scrapper, Crack Land. May have you, yeah, so we take action. Yeah, we have to read this one carefully. And opponent has to sack this one because this is about to go away. Now I am in a position to swing with this one. Because though I can warp the Night Luminary in. Oh, so I can attack with this one. Yeah, they're just taking. They can't trade this one. And so when this leaves, that nets me. Oh, I didn't realize it drew you a card as well. Oh, the draw card is actually quite nice. It gets us a Bombard. Now, I would still need to hit 1 land if I want to cast Bombard and sack one of these. Yeah, our opponent is already at the range where they can drop something really big. Okay, but they did put... There is no one... Important to note that the protective spell is a 2 mana. Now, they do have it, so that's something to keep in mind. Let's see if they have it. Nope, they're just cracking a land. Okay, they did not have it, so we get to pop this one. This is 4, right? Yeah, Bombard is 4. I still remember that much. Now we can swing with... Swing with everything here. They probably trade for Night Luminary. Or they just take. No, they're just jumping. Which I'm kind of fine with, which is also fine too, because it means I still... Now, they could have a board wipe, but, Now, they sack, it wipes most of these small ones. Okay, sure. Yeah, Little Breaking is probably going to be one of the most influential red spells, because of how much it wipes. So, Opponent could even like buff this into like an 8, so it brings them up quite a bit. Our plan now is pretty much just for Pinnacle kill ship. And note that this is when this leaves the battlefield, so if I play this one, it has to die. So I actually want to play regular. If I want to get rid of Sunborn, I have to play it normally. Quite a lot of reading to do. Okay, opponent goes for that. I'm gonna take some time off and start crewing this one. Next turn, I can drop the Vestige, then crew the kill ship. I still Explorer, but it gives them an extra land play, but no other lands. It's quite a lot of mana, so they're just gonna ping us. Sure. Also gotta rescue Skiff. Creature or enchantment from your graveyard to the battlefield. I don't want to do that, actually. Pretty much I get back the Night Luminary? Yeah. And so we have to do a check. This is 7, so I only need to crew this with this one. Lead ship impact. Okay, so they sniped that. No harm, no foul. Okay, then crew this one with this. Technically, I didn't have to because I was going to swing with this one. Watch our opponent hit. Okay. Yeah, maybe crewing this one is a mistake. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, ideally I want to... Tapestry Warden. 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh wait, they didn't swing, thank goodness. That's because they didn't have enough mana. So I swing only with this. Yeah, opponent concedes there. We're gonna have a big enough blocker to chump quite a bit. Yeah, we got there. Quite good. Quite close too. Yeah, that was super close. Oh, we did almost drop the ball by trying to crew with that one. We didn't really need it. We should really be doing math checks. But that's a pretty good win. We'll keep it that way. One other caution with Molten Impact is that it relies on us having cards in hand. We don't exactly have that much card draw, so we have to be very careful. So, but we got a good start here. Scrapper into Chaplain into Flight Deck. Possibility Technician is also an option. Let's offer. Yeah, they were gonna get the lander, but it's not exactly a good pull. I need to decide if I want to do technical. Okay, they're tapping that one. They probably have another creature or just removal. That's fine. Into a nutrient block. Got ourselves an All Fate Scroll, but I'm concerned they might. Now this does add... Okay, so we play Flight Deck Coordinator first. I probably should have swung with that one. Next turn, we do All Fate Scroll into Possibility Technician. Also just 5 mana. Oh yeah, the mana cost doesn't drop. What changes is the number of cards you might draw. And we did hit the terminal velocity, so... So we definitely want to do All Fates here. Kill ship is quite good. So it gains haste, but I will need to crew this if I want to swing. So there's going to be quite a bit of setup here. They are well, they do draw 2 cards off the nutrient block, so that's actually a nice synergy there. No, what I want our opponent to do is to try to crew this. Oh, they're going for it. Now this one is from your hand, so that is another caveat here. I could just play this one, then just... Wow, we're really hitting that. Yeah, I might as well swing. Yeah, if we lose the Tactician, it's gonna be really... Well, it's not super bad. Yeah, we just lose those 2, it's... Then they're destroying their own creatures, so they draw cards. Yeah, you can see they probably should have attacked first. Oh, wait. No, they wanted... Oh, they're really churning through it. That's nice. So there's a cheap Bombard, which we can use to clear this one out. Yeah, having a way to get the Kavu back is actually quite important for us there. Ooh, no, now we wanted a 5-drop. Irony being that... Yeah, this is already starting to not look a bit sus. It's a good thing I only put 1 copy. Thank goodness for the Beanstalk ban. Went back. Sample game due to the... Yeah, White-Black is actually looking really nice between Surge... between all the Void value. Okay, now I need to hit a... Now I need to hit a good terminal velocity target. That is not a good terminal velocity target. I do have to crack this now. We probably could die next turn. These are all flat. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Might as well attack. I'm not gonna be able to block here. But if I don't hit a very good card, this is just over. Kill ship would have been really nice, but we don't. Yeah, we might be in real trouble here. Actually, there's so... Oh yeah, Beanstalk and Warp. Oh yeah, they I'm pretty sure that was probably the one thing that would have tipped it over the scales if they did not do a ban. So you could say that the ban was informed well in advance. Yeah, our opponent drew a lot of cards. Well, actually, no, because we only did crack this one, but otherwise they drew quite a lot of cards in the interim. They're trying to find a way to close the game out. Trying to find a way to just not die, but it... Like, worst case, I could just do If our opponent swings with everything, I could just do our reroute systems and... But it's really contingent on us hitting something off terminal velocity. And there is no way our opponent quit. This is most likely a discount. Yeah, just thinking. Yeah, of course they're not sacrificing that, but them leaving the whale behind is kind of annoying. Well, at least they dinged themselves. Survey Mechan. Oh, that is pretty good. The Intimidator doesn't do it. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Oh, oh wait, we could. Oh yeah, this is a Kabu too. I could. Yeah, I misplayed that one. I could have just played this 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but I only had 8 mana. I would not have been able to. I would not have been able to play Pinnacle Kill Switch, which was really important. The important thing there. Yep. So that's also another concern. There are a lot of flyers here. Bit white, blue, black. Red has a few in the vehicles. Green has a few in the vehicles also, but for the most part, flying is so ubiquitous that if you don't have removal, you can easily get overrun by flyers. This is super slow, so I have to mull this. Yeah, I'm gonna mulligan this one even. You know what? I'm gonna try. Also note that this is a permanent card, so and then Edge Rover, it's a 1 mana 2/2. Okay, we really should have mulled this one. So we have to take. Yeah, that was a very bad. And this is a dice trigger. And this is sacrifice another artifact, but the most I could do is like play all. Take some early hits, just play all Fates Scroll later. And this one, each player creates a lander token, is also kind of brutal for us. Okay, we got ourselves a roadblock, which we can use. So most likely next turn we probably just... Now the annoying thing is that they get to use the lander first. There's a command bridge which we can play, but we It could also be used as ramp, actually. Oh, if we had drawn the full board, this would have been a nice hit. But now we have a good Vanishing Light target. So our opponent's probably going to just station this. It's a 3/3, so we're kind of trading it up a bit. Yeah, we have an issue where we don't have a lot of early action. Yeah, we have to get this guy up now. Unfortunately, yeah, this is just, yeah, we're not winning this one. That was that was a really bad keep. We really needed to. Okay, so we need to make adjustments to our creature base. We need to have more creatures. I think our creature count is super low. Yeah, I think our creature count might be too low here. No, 14 and 10, so it's not ideal. Technically, it's a creature, so it's fine. It's just that yeah, we haven't been drawing our good stuff here. The reroute is still fine. Terminal velocity is probably not going to be really playable for us here. I guess let's add the dock worker drone instead of keeping the Chrome Companion, but I probably add the dock worker drone. I actually missed. I guess my other issue is that a lot of the cards are super similar. We'll see. Yeah, I guess this is a format where you have to, where it's still early mid range is still a thing. It is kind of the reason why stationing spacecraft is. You need to be playing control if you're going to be stationing spacecraft. Okay, this one's definitely a keeper. So this enters tapped. See what our opponent plays. Yeah, so we want to play the full board first before Actuator, so that's an issue, but we might be forced to play Actuator. So I think we have the mana to do it. Blue-black is actually starting to look quite good. Like, black has quite a lot of removal, and blue has a lot... And the artifact interactions are actually quite sweet. Now we don't get to do anything with this. So we submit 0. Just basically to have a blocker. Then we need to start setting up so we can draw cards off the scroll. Yeah, actually, it's not just the up the beanstalk. This town ain't big enough because Void is just about non-permanents leaving the battlefield, so that is also that's also another one that you kind of want to take away. Tap that, sure. Take 2. One is gonna be drawing and discarding a lot, but yeah, if we can't hit our lands, we are in real trouble here. Like, we got 6 out of 7 mana already. And our opponent seems to be kind of stuck. So now we hold back a bit. And what did they pitch? So they're going for a second spell. Probably this one. No, they went for Virus Beetle. So we pitched the land here. Opponent can decide to trade both of these for this one, and I'm fine with it. Yes, I'm fine with that. So I could just Banishing Light that one just to start them clearing the way. Also, Terra Pact Intimidator is quite good for us also. They probably don't want to give us lands because they don't want us to crack for the scroll. Yep. Which is why it's a good thing I didn't Banishing Light first. Now they are about to get this one down and lock this out. Now they could also lock out the flyer, in which case I just move the boosters. Oh, they locked that one out. Can't cast Kill Ship yet. And I have no intention of blocking, so I might as well swing. So we just need one more mana for the Kill Ship. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have another Virus Beetle. We go down to 9. Yeah, we're in a race. So come on, mana for Kill Ship. If not, give me something else to do. Okay. It's still a 4-5, so it's still a 4-5, so unfortunately I hit the top worker drone. Now I could this is me hoping they don't have a tap effect. I will block. They have a combat trick that get it out of we have to get it out of the system. There's really no other way around it. Depressurize. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can't double cast this one. What I can do is I can warp this, equip this here. There we go. Yeah, we have to force them to clear both blockers. They used up the removal a bit too early. Yeah, they were better off just trading the 2 creatures. I think they wanted to pressure for the win also. But we survived that one. Very close, very close. Yeah, we need to have early starts. So this one is a very good keep. This is sorcery speed, so I definitely want to... Do they have flash? Oh, and if I had known this was going to be a thing, I would have played it first. We'll have to take a few hits. This doesn't have flash, so that's also another consideration too. So we most likely play... They're playing blue-red. I most likely just warp the Night Luminary. We'll see what they do with the rest of their mana. Start. Ooh, okay, nice surveil. There was an argument for playing this in case our opponent did play a drop with 3 toughness. I'm already starting to see the issue with terminal velocity. You really kind of want this in like blue-red because these are the ones that play really large creatures here. That said, I now want to preserve a 3-drop. Oh, this is a good... Rescue Skiff's also a good one to preserve. So... Now, even Exosuit Savior is a good one to preserve. We'll most likely just play Night Luminary next turn. But we need to start hitting 6. So next turn we can Exosuit the Luminary, play Plasma, and it play Plasma Bolt because it does trigger. If our opponent starts using early removal, that is kind of a thing also. I would hope that they did do that. But more importantly, we still need... Yeah, we're most likely playing Rescue Skiff last. As in, not quite at all. They probably crack it. But the thing about Void is that it doesn't check your side, it checks both sides. See? Now, if they have a counter spell, this would be really bad for us, but... Yep, so they had the way to preserve it. In which case, we still offer kind of a trade here. So we did force them to use a pump spell out of sequence. Yeah, if they play the whale, we really want Skiff. Unfortunately, it's a bit of an off sequence because this will leave the battlefield. I would not have gotten anything back, so I probably want to get some things back first. Or I kind of want our opponent to remove stuff. So I might have to use Exosuit Savior first just to bounce back some good stuff. Most likely the Night Luminary. No, I probably will bounce back the Roving Actual. Well, Night Luminary because we get to warp it again. It also puts a card back in hand, but the more important thing is that we want to be able to wipe out this whale and have a flying blocker in the process too. Okay, finally made their decision. So that's another Night Luminary. I kind of want to make them think something's going on. Also, I want to be aggressive somewhat in trades, but I still have to hit that 6th land. Also, a trick is that I can terminal velocity crew the ship, though it's 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So okay, that's one creature that we can redeem. If our opponent decides to crew this one, I would be all for it too. And I think, yeah, hovering over it kind of incentivizes them to crew it a bit. But this is all contingent at hitting a land. That's the sad part here. Now we can take the hit. Maybe we could get some landers instead? Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we're not going to be able to crew this one. We're just only getting something back in the process. And we're also taking quite a hit. We might not survive if our opponent has their own plasma bolts. Also, I noticed that most of the warp spells are sorcery speed, pretty much to avoid inadvertently triggering other people's warp. We're gonna go down to 1 in this one. I need it for 2nd land. And let's do a check. When this permanent leaves the battlefield. So I probably want to save something else. Okay, let's see. Yeah, any one flyer is going to kill us. Any burn spell is going to kill us. Yep, there's a flyer that's... Oh my gosh. In the end, we were killed by our lack of flyers, and we don't have a spell we can get back with this. Yeah. Just play this out. Yeah, that's a bit of a shame, but well, that's our first taste of sealed, so we not surprised that we kind of had a bit of a slow one. We did get the terminal velocity off, so that's a bit of a trick, but it's not looking so great. From the greatness that was Final Fantasy, this might not be looking so hot. But we're just gonna have to learn, and learn really hard. We are. So that's that. That said, yeah, could have used another win, but we didn't get it. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode of Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications and whatnot. Yeah, well, that's just the nature of sealed. You're not gonna win them all, and sometimes your pool is, you're just kind of far behind. That said, thank you very much for tuning in, Jericho Elagan. It's really nice to see you again. Hope the Edge of Eternities has something really nice for you. Could have considered the space-time anomaly thing, but our blue was kinda iffy a bit. Anyway, that's gonna be it for Contested Wars. That's gonna be it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope to see you guys again next time. Take care. God bless. Stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone. Take care. And good night.